Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast, the podcast where we unlock the latest tech news, leaks, and rumors, in particular in the world of Apple. And today, we actually have a couple of non-Apple things to talk about as well. And we're not talking about iPhone 14 for the first time in a blue moon. I am one of your hosts, Benji from BenObi Tech, and I'm joined, as always, by my fellow co-host, Mr. Smartwatch, Taylor from Mr. Smartwatch. How's it going, Taylor? How was your day so far?
Awesome, man. Awesome.
You still got a few hours left.
It's been going good, man. I released a video earlier today.
I have not watched it. I've been busy since then, so I'm gonna definitely watch it after this. Got to do some YouTube catch up.
You should, and if you don't mind, link it down in the show notes afterwards. That'll be awesome.
If I remember.
Check out.
if not, people, you could just go to his channel. It's in the description or show notes. It's not the end of the world.
So yeah, that was a pretty fun one. And I remembered today that tomorrow is Google I/O, and I don't know if you saw the tweet, but I tweeted my friend Barry Johnson, and I'm like, dude, I need you back on my show, or my video. That way we can talk about the smartwatch if it is mentioned. If it's not released, I hope they mention it, but we'll talk about that.
Probably get a little teaser. Yeah. So, I guess my day's been pretty decent as well. Been working.
Any new content coming or what, man?
No, but yes, I may or may not have some content on a specific product coming very soon. So hopefully that happens.
Awesome.
I've got one of the clients I'm working with right now, a bit more free time to work on YouTube. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I do it. And I don't get distracted by other things.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess let's get cracking on today's episode. We are guestless today, and unfortunately, I think we had someone scheduled, but they've canceled, right?
Yeah.
Maybe some other day.
Unfortunately, I think I told you, but they're in university, as they call it, and they have tests going on. So they're like, this is too crazy.
Stressful time. Sounds like a stressful time. Glad I'm not studying at university, at least as of right now. I don't know if I might end up going, but anyway, probably not. So people who are hoping or thinking I'm going to university, nah.
If you're like me, don't go. Just, you know what, do whatever you like to do, and that's that, you know.
YouTube is my university.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get a degree from
honestly,
YouTube.
like,
as a YouTuber.
And honestly, I'll just say this quickly. I know a lot of people have gone to school for different things that they like to talk about on their channels and stuff. But honestly, like, if you talk to the right people and watch the right content, then that's all you really need, in my opinion, anyway.
Exactly, because I mean, also, like, that kind of information is always evolving, and so like, if you go and study it in university, like 5 years down the line, that thing's going to be irrelevant. That stuff that you just learned, or maybe not fully irrelevant, but some of the stuff will be, because there's new technology that comes out, new ways of doing things, and so.
Yeah, exactly.
We can have a whole debate on this, but today, this episode is not the time. Maybe we'll do a live stream at some point, but. Yeah, anyway, today's episode is going to be packed with a bunch of stuff. Kind of went and scraped the various news sites for this news, and so did Taylor. So we're going to be talking, we're not talking about iPhone 14 today. There's been nothing about the iPhone 14 since our last episode. I'm sure there's going to be something that comes out later on today, or it's just come out now as we're recording this, about the iPhone 14. But so far, there's been nothing, which is good because, I mean, we already know basically everything about the phone.
Yeah.
And we're only getting news about things that are not going to be in the phone. So I'd rather not have that anymore. We're going to be disappointed enough. We've already been disappointed enough up until this point.
Honestly, I've been thinking about this. You know how I was saying that I've been waiting for the iPhone 14 lineup to come out, and then I'll decide if I want to upgrade or not.
Yeah,
man, I think I'm gonna be waiting for the iPhone 15 at this point.
Might as well. But it's gonna be better.
Yeah,
it's gonna be the best iPhone Apple has ever made.
let's hold off on that one because we said that about
I mean,
iPhone 14, and look where we
I
are
mean,
today.
literally, if you think about it though, like
I
literally
said,
almost every single Apple event I've watched over the past years, Tim Cook has always said this is the best iPhone we've ever made, and it's like, okay,
yeah,
what if he comes up one day and he's like, no, this iPhone is the exact same as the last one, so it's not better or any. Let's just Anyway,
yeah.
so we're not talking about iPhone 14. We'll be talking about MacBook Pro and some bad stuff that's happening with it. We're going to be talking a little bit about
Bro.
some new um, Apple services that Apple is working on to get more money from us. So that's always a good thing. Um, we're also going to be talking a little bit about a possible iPad feature that may be coming soon or may not. We're also going to talk about iPod Touch being discontinued. Somebody found a workaround to get Apple CarPlay on Teslas. AirTags. Something happened with someone with AirTags. And we're also going to be talking a little bit about Samsung Galaxy S22 models and some really great stuff that's happening with that lineup. Google I/O, and we're also going to talk a little bit about Meta, Instagram, that kind of stuff, NFTs, and also a little snippet of a DJI product that DJI announced today because I'm starting to become a DJI fanboy now, and my wallet is not happy
Cool.
to say the least. So let's start off with our first news story. Taylor, do you want to take it away? Do you have them right there in front of you that you can click and?
I did. Hang on one
Okay.
sec.
Oh, okay. Just read the headline.
I
Not hard.
it's
All right.
hard
While
when
you're pulling it up, I'll introduce the topic then, and then you can share your thoughts. So,
okay.
MacBook Pro shipments are still seriously delayed by China lockdown. So basically, for those who have been living under a rock, China apparently has gone into another lockdown, which means they've had to either shut or cut down on production of a lot of stuff in China, including Apple products. And I think Apple is one of the companies that's probably going to be affected the most by this just because of how much they sell. They sell millions and millions of units. So basically, uh, Quanta is the sole assembler of Apple's 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pros, and the machines are primarily made at blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. So made in some plant in Shanghai. And apparently the company's plant has restored 30% of its capacity. So that's how much they're producing, 30% of its full capacity. And they're eyeing to raise the percentage to 50% gradually, which means they're only at 30% capacity right now, which a lot of people are struggling to buy new MacBook Pros. I mean, you
Yeah.
should have bought it back when it first came out if you really wanted one now.
Right.
But
Right.
they're sold out everywhere. Or just buy one used. Be like me. I bought one used. There's people who
True. True.
don't want them anymore. Mine's basically brand new anyway. So yeah, so deliveries have been pushed back. Same with the Mac Studio. That has been pushed back a bit. So that's not very good. But yeah, so what are your thoughts?
Uh Honestly, I feel like everything's just everywhere now. Um I mean, I've heard about like all these different devices being pushed away, or pushed back, I should say. And I mean, it's a bummer, but if it's not that important, then just wait. Or if it is important to you, just go to a store and buy one like right there, instead of
Yeah,
it getting shipped
or
to your house.
if they don't have it in stock, you can always get it used.
True.
Recycle. Save the
Or
planet.
or you can always go to Best Buy.
Right, Best
I'm
Buy
just
normally has that kind of stuff, yeah. That's true.
yeah, yeah.
Or so I've
I
heard.
mean,
I wouldn't know. I've
I,
only been to Best Buy probably like a handful of times in my life. And it
I'll
wasn't
have
to
you.
buy new products. Yeah. I think I got like
Yeah.
a camera or whatever. But
Yeah, same here. I got like accessories for my MacBook Pro that I got. Actually, I did get the MacBook Pro at a Best Buy only because they, um, I don't know, I could only get it if I was in school, like that, because of the pricing. It wa-
all
it
right.
was so it was lower in price at Best Buy than at the Apple Store, so that's why. But
I mean, Best Buy don't they normally do kind of like we will be any price kind of thing? So like if you find it on
yeah,
Amazon
yeah,
for X amount of dollars, you're just like, yo, I just found it on Amazon for this price, and they either match it or beat it
right,
by
right.
like a couple
So
bucks. Yeah. I mean, that's what like in-person stores have to do that, or else they won't survive in the internet age.
yeah,
That's just a
yeah,
sad truth. Like look at
true,
Amazon. Amazon's just destroying the competition, and it's not even funny.
dude. It's crazy.
But yeah.
But
Do you want to talk about the next topic unless you have anything else you'd like to share about stuff being delayed, which sucks? Hopefully this doesn't delay the Apple AR VR headset because like everybody wants that.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I'm wondering if any other products that haven't come out yet, or like haven't been announced, if that's gonna be affecting anything, like things that come out in WWDC this year. Hopefully not, but we'll see. Um, but yeah, I was gonna mention that. But as for the next topic that we wanted to talk about, Apple reportedly planning new nutrition and payment services. Yeah, and payment services alongside Fitness Plus improvements. Um, so I didn't hear about this, and I feel like this is just crazy, like another way for Apple to get money. um,
It's
and
good
I
though.
don't.
I mean,
Yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I just don't know if there's going to be a lot of people doing it. But
yeah. So basically now what Apple wants to do is they want to get people in debt themselves. Like already they're not spending enough money on Apple
serious.
products. Now they want to do like a buy now, pay later scheme. So basically like you buy for Apple Pay. I
Yeah.
wonder if this is gonna work kind of like with any card because I mean that would be pretty cool. Because I've used kind of similar services in the past to get things. Um, so now with Apple Pay, you'll probably go buy I don't know a new iPhone and you pay for it over across 12 months kind of thing, or like 3 4 months, whatever you want to do. So it's gonna be interesting to see if it's gonna come to the UK,
Yeah, that's true.
which I
That is
doubt.
true.
Siri just wanted to talk to me right now.
Oh,
Um,
Siri's
but
already
yeah,
telling you
so
that it's not coming.
yeah, so basically what's the kind of in development is so this is from Gurman. So Gurman's pretty reliable. Everybody knows who Mark Gurman is.
Yep.
So they want to Apple basically want to release two finance related Apple services with a hardware subscription. So basically you'll be able to pay like X amount of dollars per month and you have access to a Mac or an iPhone or an iPad, that kind of stuff without having to pay for it. Kind of like you would have a Netflix subscription. So that's pretty cool. And they also want to do the buy now, pay later service, kind of like with similar with services like Klarna, ClearPay, PayPal, those kind of companies that are doing these kind of buy now and pay across X amount of months kind of thing. So it looks like Apple wants to basically take more money from people. But apparently they're also thinking. Well, apparently Gurman is saying that um, you pay a monthly fee basically to have access to Apple kind of thing. I think that's what he's saying. So like you would not only have the iPhone included, but you also have iCloud, Apple Music, that kind of stuff all included into one bundle, which I think would be pretty cool. Like let's say you pay $200 a month, you get a MacBook, an iPhone, you get just everything Apple
Hmm.
basically for like $200 a month. It'd probably be more expensive. But yeah, but there's also another analyst that's suggesting Apple might be doing Podcasts Plus, Stocks Plus. No idea why people would do that. Maybe you can invest within Apple. That would be pretty cool. Mail
True.
Plus and Health Plus in the future. So yeah, they could expand to a lot of other stuff. They could even do Home Screen Plus.
Oh God. Yeah, just plus
Like
everything, you know.
with no with homes this is the key selling factor for home screen plus. You can actually change the icons to look however you want them to, and you can move them wherever you want on the screen without having to be restricted to like actually having them fit right next to each other. And also the
Uh,
widgets will be able to be interactive.
Now
There you go,
that would
Apple.
be cool.
I just gave you a $2 billion business idea right there.
And that should be a short on your channel. I'm just saying.
Now what
Think
now
about it. Think
That's
about
a
it.
good idea, actually. Yeah. So Apple service. Yeah, I could do a series. Services Apple should make. That's actually a good
Um,
idea. I'm gonna write that down. Thanks for the idea.
no problem. uh, yeah, so I honestly like, man, again, I think that, you know, it's great that Apple's trying to find another way um, to get money. And I mean, I think
Because they
there's
don't
gonna,
have enough.
yeah, exactly. And there's gonna be a lot of people who do this because they want these services. You know, they especially if if you're just starting off in a diet or whatever, if you're going on that journey, then this is going to be, something that people are going to want. But we'll see.
Oh yeah, because that's another thing that they've been talking about with with the health app, where you'll be able
Yeah.
to basically they'll integrate like food tracking kind of thing, which means a lot of those apps like that allow you to track how much you eat and stuff, they'll be smashed by this one.
Oh
I
yeah.
wonder how it's gonna work though. Like my ideal app to like track what I eat is you take a picture, it scans the meal, and it gives you kind of like a rough estimate. Like, of course, you can't be fully accurate with the thing unless you measure everything and while
All
you're
right.
cooking it, kind of thing. But it would be really cool if you could just like using AR or whatever or
Yeah, that would be
AI,
cool.
it like scans the food. It's like, this is a pizza. It's got this topping, and this topping. If it's not so sure about what kind of topping it is, it will ask you. And then it'll kind of like analyze the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yep. Yep.
LiDAR could probably do something like that. I don't exactly know, but that
Yeah.
would be pretty clutch, to be honest.
Yeah.
Pretty
Honestly.
cool.
Any
But
more
we're not probably
thoughts?
not. That's probably never not going to see the light of day, at least anytime soon. A feature
Yeah,
like that,
probably not.
because I mean nobody
Probably
else has
not. I
done it yet.
mean, I mean, I gotta tell you, we're lucky that a lot of the things that people have asked for, we have. But
Like
I don't think
widgets.
Apple. Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I don't think Apple can do it all exactly how we imagined it. I mean, I imagined iOS 13 to be like what was it, iOS 6 or something. I still want an iOS to become like iOS 6 because the way of those icons was just so amazing, and you know
Yeah,
how
it's so
crazy I am.
nostalgic to look. Yeah, it's so
Yeah,
nostalgic
yeah.
to just go back to one of those old devices.
And I mean, yeah, we
Yeah.
can technically do that if we download an app and install the profile and whatnot. But man, just do something right in the iOS.
Yeah, I
You
remember
know?
a couple of years ago, I jailbroke my iPhone 5. It was on like iOS 10 or something, and I was able to downgrade it to iOS 8. And then from iOS 8, I was able to download another program, which basically turned I basically had like two iPhones on the same phone. And like it was iOS 6 on this app. So like I opened this app and I was basically in iOS 6 and the phone like worked like an iOS 6 iPhone. It was so good. Just like,
Wow.
or maybe it was iOS 5. I can't remember what it was, like one of the first softwares that was on the iPhone 5. And it was just so cool to just use it, and felt so weird as well at the same time.
Oh,
Um,
I bet, yeah.
but yeah,
That.
it's cool to go back. I personally, I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
really now that I look back at it,
Yep.
yes, it's cool, but I wouldn't have it on my main device, if that makes sense. I prefer
Yeah.
like the cleaner flat UI that we have today. Um, just because like the world is evolving in kind of that direction of like minimalistic, simple kind of thing. Like we're getting rid of cables gradually as well. There's
Hmm.
gonna be less clutter in our lives, kind of thing. We're also gonna be getting rid of all the devices we have and kind of like merging everything into just glasses. So I think going in that direction, I think it makes sense. But it would be cool to if Apple could release like an icon pack or something like that, where you can
Yeah.
customize your home screen, or like a custom launcher. Like on Android, you can just basically like change the complete look of your OS almost just by
Eh,
downloading a custom launcher.
yeah.
Apart from a
Yeah.
couple of functions through with the phone, which you can't exactly do. Like I think I tried it, and there was like the notification center or something like that. I wasn't able to change, but it would be cool if Apple kind of gave us that option to just change the UI and have like 3 or 4 different UI options, like classic, modern, and futuristic, or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
That
For
could
sure.
be in with Apple Home Screen Plus.
Yeah.
Available today, starting at $5.99.
Damn. RIP bank account, but
Yeah,
anyway.
pretty soon, like people are just gonna be spending like hundreds of dollars a month on subscription services, and it's
Oh
like
yeah.
already people
Oh
are
yeah.
spending that. Like people have Netflix, they have Disney Plus, they have Apple Fitness Plus, they have iCloud stuff or what is it called? iCloud Plus? No, Apple One. Then you've got like
Yeah. Apple.
Amazon Prime. They have that. Like people are spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars
Oh
every single
yeah.
year
Nowadays it's
on
just
subscription services. It's insane. That it would be cool if someday we just had one subscription service to pay, and it's like, let's say it's like $500, and it just gives you everything. Gives you your
yeah,
phone, your device, your everything, and
dude.
it's just like,
Absolutely. It would be cool because honestly, like my friend, I don't know how she's doing it, but like she pays for Disney Plus. Um, what was the other one? I think Paramount Plus and Netflix. And I'm just like, where are you getting all this money from? I mean,
and Netflix is expensive nowadays as well.
if
It's like
dude,
it's
I can't.
overpriced. This is a conversation for another day, but Netflix is overpriced. I hate the
I,
shows and the movies that are on there now. It's like every single
I've
time I watch a Netflix original, I want to
so
throw up and turn it off. They're so bad.
So I want to say this. I have watched like Spanish series on there, and like I'm already
Do you
done
speak
with all of
Spanish as
them.
well?
Oh yeah, yeah,
So you speak Portuguese, Spanish, and
yeah.
English.
I'm not.
That's news to
So
me.
my Spanish was a lot better years ago when I was dating somebody who was from Guatemala. And like we would talk back and forth. Actually, I would talk more with her mother in Spanish than anything. Um, and especially in school, my mom also had friends that used to come around very frequently, so I would speak with them. And there was just a time that like I I probably and my mom said this to me. I probably spoke better Spanish than I spoke Portuguese at one point, but
That's sick. I didn't know that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I speak a little bit of Spanish. Like I can understand most of it, but I
yeah,
can't exactly speak it. And I also speak Italian fluently. So
yeah.
that's cool.
I can understand, like I can speak it very slowly, and I can understand if you speak slow. But there are some people, and no offense to anybody, but there is some people when they speak fast, I'm like, are you even speaking Spanish? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I
And
get the same as well.
then I learned, and I don't know if it's the same with Italian or any other language. I don't think there's like a thing with Portuguese, but there's like a certain dialect or like a certain language that you create
Yeah.
when you're at home versus in the real world, and I'm just like, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I don't
sometimes
think that there's something like that with Portuguese. Um,
I
but
think there is with Italian, because sometimes when I like speak to people who are Italian, it's kind of like sometimes it's hard to understand certain things they say, just because like I'm
yeah,
so used to
yeah,
speak. And also I think it might also be just because like I'm speaking two languages, and the language I use the most is English, at least
yeah,
at this moment in time.
yeah.
So, but yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I think we got off topic there. We were
Hey,
talking
but
about
still
subscription
cool
services.
things. Yeah, still cool things to talk about. But yeah,
Yeah, so I
so
think you were talking about Netflix shows in Spanish that you've been
yeah,
watching.
yeah. So like I watched them all, and I'm kind of pissed that like there's not more that's coming out. There's all these like different horror movies and just things that I'm not interested in, and it's just like, man, what's going on with you, Netflix? You know? And then there are these series that, like Fuller House, I was watching, and dude, I you'd get through a whole season in like 2 3 days, and then it's just like you want more, and you have to wait months for it, and it's just like, come on, you know, it stinks.
Yeah,
But
Netflix seriously needs to fix, and now that they want to add
d-
ads into their
dude,
like commercials in their movies.
I saw that, and I'm just like, what?
So basically, what Netflix wants is they want you to pay a subscription just to have commercials during movies. Like, nah, I'm canceling my subscription. I'm gonna stick to Amazon Prime and
Yeah,
uh
yeah. No,
and Disney Plus. I
no,
don't even watch TV. Like, really, like the only movies and
bruh.
TV shows I watch with my family. So for me, even if I didn't
Exactly.
have Disney Plus or any subscription service, I wouldn't care. Like, I most of my
Yeah,
content is consumed on YouTube and TikTok,
yeah.
and Instagram.
I've
So
I've been watching a lot of like HBO Max, and when there's advertisements on there, bruh, I'm like, you know what? If I want to watch an advertisement or commercial, I just watch TV.
yeah, like it's different. It's different for YouTube, and I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing in a way. Like with
But
ads on YouTube, like I hate them, but I sit through them and like I skip them just because I want to
yes,
support the creator I'm watching. That's the only
yeah,
reason. And like if it
yeah,
were for like
yeah.
Netflix, they're like this huge corporation, and yes, I'm going to support them, but like, do I really want to? So like with that kind
Before
of,
we before we go to the
it's
next topic, though, I just want to say this. I think YouTube is getting bad with ads. Like, I feel like there was one video that was like, and I think I don't want to name the creator, but I think it was like a creator that we both know, and um, it was like a 6 minute video, and in that 6 minute video, there was like three advertisements, and I'm just like, I understand that these people want to get money, and that's how they get money that way. But three advertisements in a 6 minute video, that's kind of
yeah,
much.
because yeah, because you also get like not only the ads that YouTube gives you, but you've also got the creator that gets ads for themselves, like in the video, which
Yeah.
pay more than AdSense. Like I'm sure there's some YouTubers that could live off just the sponsorships that they get instead of
Right.
AdSense. And I think
Right.
that like as you build your YouTube channel, that should be your main revenue stream. It shouldn't be AdSense because if it's AdSense, then it's not going to be that much. But yeah, like I've seen it as well. Like there's a lot of YouTube videos. Like I think Linus Tech Tips, for example. At
Yeah.
least the last video I watched from him, he had like one of his ads at the start and then another ad at the end. I think maybe one in the middle as well. And then there was the YouTube ads as well. So I think like I'm getting closer and closer every day, every time I watch YouTube to getting YouTube Premium, just because like gets rid of all those ads, but we still get the other ads. So
Yeah. Yeah. Check private chat, by the way.
yeah.
But
Is that the channel you were talking about?
yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Um but
so moving on, I guess, unless
yep.
you don't have any other thoughts on this, right?
No.
Cool. So Apple has filed a patent. Way. This means nothing, by the way. But apparently they've patented this like smart keyboard that you attach the iPad to it, and it basically turns the iPad into a desktop or, well, more of a laptop experience, kind of like with this Microsoft Surface products do, or
Mhm.
like even the Samsung products do. So like you would basically throw your iPad in this case, this smart case. I don't know what they're gonna call it, like the smart Mac case or whatever, or iPad case, and then it basically turns into a Mac OS experience or Mac OS like experience. Um, I mean, Apple already does do a Magic Keyboard, so I don't know, maybe the third gen or whatever generation this one we have now is. Um, the next generation will have this, where it basically turns the iPad into a MacBook essentially. I think it's going to be interesting to see. It's a patent, by the way, guys. So this means there's like a very, very, very slim chance that this will ever come to market, but it will be cool. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I honestly think that this would be like very useful for a lot of people. Um, but what's gonna happen to like sidecar and things like that? People are not gonna be using that much, you know?
Uh, I wouldn't say that because I mean this is basically it's basically merging the MacBook and the iPad. Oh yeah, I guess they're not going to use Sidecar because they don't have a secondary device. I think that's what you mean, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like if they do this kind of like merging the MacBook and the iPad together, I think it makes sense because they're two very similar devices. It's
True.
just that one has a keyboard that's always attached, and one has an optional keyboard that you can attach. And now with iPadOS, you've got like mouse and keyboard support, that kind of stuff. So
Right.
I think it would just make sense to merge the two product lines together. Make it easier for us, so we don't have to go and buy 50 different devices just to have different things.
Right.
Put everything into one device. That give us a folding. So this is a product idea. Apple, listen to this. You should hire me as like chief design or whatever, chief idea manager. I don't know. So you have a MacBook. Okay, you can detach the display, but then you can either roll or fold, whatever you want to do. Fold that iPad into like a device that's as small as like a Pro Max, like a 13 Pro Max, not like a mini, but a 13 Pro Max. And there you go. There's your iPhone. You fold it out. It's an iPad. You stick it in the keyboard. It's a MacBook. You put it into another dock connected to some monitors, and it's an iMac.
Apple, are you listening?
You have just except this may not be a good thing for. Oh yeah, and also Apple, you could charge $5,000 for this just because it has everything in it. There's because I was thinking because then people aren't going to buy the product. They're not going to buy more products. But if they price it at like as much as all of these products combined,
oh yeah, yeah, smart.
Starting at $49.99. Yeah, basically 5,000.
Damn. Again, I say
Apple Pencil not included and keyboard not included. No, it would include the keyboard. I think if they did that.
Yeah, I think.
Just imagine
at least
a device
the keyboard.
like
that. At least the keyboard. Come on, man.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
that would be epic.
Yeah.
What would they call it though? The MacBook iPad phone.
The MacPad.
But then the MacPad phone or the Mac phone pad. Anyway, it would be pretty cool. I would buy that.
Actually, wait. You guys that are listening, drop some ideas in the comments or tweet at us. We want to hear your thoughts.
For sure.
So
I think that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
that would definitely be an interesting device. I wonder how big it would be though, because if you think about it, folding, it would have to be the size of an iPad Mini, or maybe it can fold. I don't know. Maybe display technology is going to get so good that the device is going to be super, super, super thin that like folding it up multiple times won't be that big of a deal. So like maybe folding it up will be as thick as a regular iPhone today.
Next topic that we're going to be talking about is second generation AirPods Pro rumored to launch this fall. New AirPods Max colors also in the works. I've seen pictures of the AirPods Max, and what the new colors are supposed to look like. I like them. I still wish that they were a little bit cheaper, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I wish they were a bit cheaper too. I'm trying to look at the different colors that they could be releasing. But I mean, I'm really hyped for AirPods Pro because I absolutely love my AirPods Pro. These are literally one of the best Apple accessories Apple has ever made. I think besides AirTags, like AirTags are really good as well. But like AirPods have just changed the way I look at like Bluetooth headphones in general. They're just so easy to use. They get dirty very easily. I hope they fix that. And also there's not many color options, but I really hope that they're going to be a good upgrade because they're thinking, it's rumored that they're going to release this, remove the stem from it. And they're also going to be making some changes to the charging case. So I don't exactly know what that means. And we're also going to get lossless audio support. So basically what Gurman is saying is that look out for new AirPods Pro in the fall. The current model has been on the market since the fall of that. So the batteries are already probably in trouble for some early adopters. Yeah, like the battery, I mean, on my AirPods Pro, the battery is surprisingly good. It might have been just because I had them replaced a couple months ago. But still, like they last me Like I charge them probably once a week or whatever because I don't use them that much. Mostly when I'm working, I'm using these headphones. If I'm going out and about, I'm carrying. This is like always in my pocket. Um,
I like the bokeh effect that it was just making. I don't know if you saw that when you. Yeah, like it had this kind of bokeh effect. That was pretty
like
funny.
that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
yeah.
And
See
then
it?
it just lost it there. It's like, nope, this is not a face. There you go.
Damn.
It's an extension of my finger. Okay. Anyway, um,
That was pretty cool though.
I just lost audio there for a second. I think the computer thought the AirPods wanted to listen, but no. Anyway,
Oh, jeez.
so yeah, so Apple is not expected to be working on a second generation of the AirPods Max, but they're releasing new color options, which is always good. I just as well as you though, I really hope they lower the price at least by like $100, because yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
500
exactly.
and however much 550 for a pair of headphones like this is just like
And
that's the definition of overpriced.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
Party at Benji's house. I'm coming over.
Yeah, my sister's shouting at the dogs, I think. Anyway, I guess moving on to the next topic. Ignore the background noise for the next however long it will be. But Apple has released, and like you have Power Beats Pro, right? Yours is Power Beats Pro or just Power
Yeah,
Beats?
yeah.
Yeah, Power Beats
Parties,
Pro.
bro.
So Apple has just released a very
And
weird looking pair.
can I just say something? I did not
Yeah.
expect this. I did not plan this at all. Talking about the power beats and having the power beats on. Yeah, no.
That's what I thought. Like when you joined the call and you had them on, I
No,
was like, is this because we're talking about Power Beats Pro today or but yeah,
no,
so they
not at all.
they released this really weird like red it almost looks like a Christmas. I don't know if you have them in the US, like a Christmas cracker. They're kind of like those do you have Christmas crackers in America? No, you don't.
No.
Anyway, they're kind of like this like cardboard. It's like I'm trying to think of how to explain this. So it's kind of like a tube, and then there's another two tubes with like a string attached or something. You put open, and the gift comes out, kind of thing. That's what this reminds me of: a Christmas cracker, or even Christmas wrapping paper. Um, it just, I don't know. What do you think about this? This color?
To be honest, ugly. I'm gonna be very honest. I don't really care for it at all. Especially I don't know. Um, the design on that just not my style. um,
Yeah, me neither. It doesn't look great.
yeah, I don't know where that came from or what they're doing with that, but that's just not me at all.
Yeah, but it's not for everyone. It might be for someone, right?
Right? Exactly, exactly. I mean, especially if you're like into that kind of shade of purple. I know there's a lot of people who I'm friends with that would like it, but yeah, no. I'm sorry. You could have done it a different way.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Some people will buy it. They'll love it. Just
Oh yeah. Oh
like,
yeah. And listen,
partnership with a London-based designer. It's like,
can you imagine that there's gonna be people tweeting at us saying that we were wrong, like that I was
this is
wrong?
beautiful. Don't don't hate on my new Power Beats Pro. They're beautiful. I like them.
Watch, give it time. Give it time. We'll get a tweet.
Miles will come into the chat. And go, oh, look. They're beautiful. I have them.
I was gonna say that, but yeah.
We love you, Miles. Don't worry. Anyway,
No, man. Yeah. Oh man.
so next up to join the party of news we're talking about today, Apple has discontinued the iPod Touch. Can we have a moment of silence, please? Never mind. Nobody cares. Apple's not selling this this piece of trash anymore. So like I was kind of pro iPod Touch when this came out because I kind of saw the market for it, but now there's literally no point at this point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's an iPhone without a
You
SIM
know,
card. That's essentially what it is, and a headphone jack. That's
oh
essentially
yeah.
what it is.
Oh yeah.
Like
I
yes,
wonder
it's
if
super
you
thin, which is
have
nice, but
I wonder how much they would sell for, because I was actually talking about this with a friend of mine, and I'm like, these iPods could go for a lot of money if you sold them. And my friend was just like, "Yeah, no, I'm not selling mine." I'm just like,
nah,
well,
probably not this one. Like
if you want the money,
the original iPod Touch, I'd say yes,
hmm
it might sell for more. But these ones, like this is the last generation iPod Touch 7. I mean, I don't think maybe in like 30 years it'll be a vintage item, but as of right now, I
yeah,
don't think it is.
yeah,
Because
true,
like
true.
it's literally an overglorified iPhone. Well, it's not
Yeah,
even like people hated it anyway. Like who? My question is, who on
dude,
earth bought this product? Like apart from
people that
tech
are that,
reviewers,
yeah, exactly, exactly. I don't
I
think
don't
there
think
was
I've
many.
ever. I think I've probably only seen actually. Maybe it wasn't even this generation, but I've only seen like
I
a
haven't seen
handful of iPod
iPod.
Touches in the past like 5 years.
I haven't seen this iPod. I haven't seen iPods in a very long time, to be honest with you. Um, Honestly, I saw, well, I can't think of the little square one that didn't even have a screen on it.
Oh,
Um,
actually, they did a whole um the Apple marketing chief did a piece and he said music has always been part of our core at Apple and bringing it to hundreds of millions of users in the way the iPod did impacted more than just the music industry. So basically he's like going off about how like the iPod was this revolutionary product, which it was. It like changed
oh yeah,
the way we listen to music.
yeah,
And it
dude.
he's basically saying that now it's kind of evolved into like iPhone, Apple Watch, because now like Apple started off with the iPod, and that was basically the only device you could listen to music on that Apple
Right,
sold. I think apart from of course the Mac, but then it kind of evolved, and now we've got things like HomePod, we have
yeah.
iPhone, we have iPad, we have MacBook, all of which have amazing speakers. And then of course we've also got earbuds like AirPods and AirPods
hmm
Max if you really want to spend that much. But
My
yeah,
my
it was
very
a good
first.
run.
Oh yeah, my first my first Apple product was the iPod Nano, and I think it was the blue color, and I really liked it. I really liked it, and honestly, I kind of wish I had it today because I'd probably make a video on it, but I don't.
Yeah.
I actually
I had a Nano as well.
I actually gave
One
it
of
to
my
a friend,
favorite Apple products of all time. Yeah,
dude.
I think I remember you mentioning it a while ago.
Yeah, I gave it to a friend who I no longer talk to, and it pisses me off every day. But whatever. At this
I
point,
destroyed mine
he probably
because
destroyed mine. I would have put it past him.
yeah, because I mean I thought it was gonna be funny to do like a tech YouTube channel where we destroyed products, and I was like, "Oh, destroy my iPod," and then we went and destroyed
No
my iPod,
joke.
and now I really regret it.
No joke. Me and this kid, or guy now, but we had a YouTube channel. We probably did like 2 or 3 videos, and we literally called ourselves the Destroyers, and we destroyed anything. I had this like slide up phone that I had from years ago, and we were playing GTA 4 at the time, and I I don't know, I didn't pass a mission or whatever, and I just threw the thing, and he was recording behind me the whole time, and he freaking got the clip and put it on the channel. I'm like, bruh, come on, that wasn't even funny, you know. But thinking back,
We
it's
destroy everything, including this phone.
No,
Like and subscribe.
literally. And dude, if I had the editing skills that I have today, I would have done so much with that video. And like
Would have been a
really,
masterpiece.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Today it would have been a masterpiece. If it was today, absolutely. But
So yeah, so moment of silence for the dead iPod Touch, which nobody really cared about at this point.
okay,
Moving
moment of
on.
silence gone.
Moving on, we're talking about something that's like Apple related, but also Tesla related. I forgot to mention that we're also going to talk about Tesla in today's
Two of
episode.
my favorite things.
Tesla and Apple, amazing.
Mhm.
Anyway, and then there's DJI for me that's up there. It's kind of like they're all like Apple, basically um, Apple-esque companies. Like they all do futuristic kind of stuff. Anyway, so somebody managed to find a way of installing Apple CarPlay on Tesla, which is pretty cool because as of right now you can't do that. So like this guy, he released this Tesla Android thing. I think
Mhm.
you basically install Android on your Tesla, which then allows you to download an app for CarPlay, and it works on other like electric cars, but also works on Tesla. So actually, no, never mind. CarPlay is on many electric cars, but is not on Tesla. I don't think it'll ever
Mhm.
come to Tesla, to be honest. Like Elon is that kind of guy who's like, nah. If you buy my car, you have my software, mate. um, but I mean, it's cool that you get this like workaround thing. It's interesting. Do you think Tesla should have CarPlay?
I think anything should have CarPlay nowadays. I mean, I think that honestly, like all the cars need CarPlay. My mom's car has it, but my dad's doesn't because my dad's is a little older. And like when I go in his car, just like, bruh, like this, you needed a car that has it because this is
Need
not
to get
life.
out the aux port and then oh, I forgot my adapter.
Yeah, exactly. And there's like no way to plug in my phone and listen to me, and it's just like, come on.
That's
But
sad. You get one of
yeah,
those like radio transmitter things that you just plug into the cigarette lighter in your car.
yeah.
And then it just like sends like a signal or like
No,
it
fun
captures like the
fact, I
radio
did.
signal and you connect the phone to it. That's what I do in my car. So my car's got Bluetooth and it's like from 2003 where Bluetooth
Yeah,
wasn't
fun
even a
fact,
thing.
I did get him one, but he just like chucked it aside because
So like don't care.
no, because every time he would want to listen to the radio, he would have to unplug it, so he just never plugged it back
All
in.
right. Yeah,
So,
I think for mine, you just change the radio frequency, and that's it. I can listen to the radio.
oh wow, really?
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah,
think yours might be different, or maybe it's the car or whatever.
yeah. I think I don't know, but like, because I had
Who
got it
listens
to
to the
him
radio anymore, though?
because he didn't have CarPlay or anything. So when they passed the law that you couldn't be on the phone while driving, I'm like, he needs something because sometimes, like when he's coming home from work or when he had the other job that he was working at, he would call on break and whatnot. And I'm just like, bruh, like, now, what are you going to do now? Like, honestly, now he just puts his phone on speaker and tosses it on the passenger seat far away so we can barely hear him because he has an iPhone 8.
You just got
So
AirPods, or you need to give him your Power Beats.
no, I actually got him J Labs for like $30 on
Oh yeah, I think I remember you telling me. Yeah.
yeah. I had got them from my mom. He stole them one day and he's like, I want these. So for his birthday, I went to Walmart and grabbed another pair. Thank God they still had them. Because I don't think they're there anymore, but yeah. But
That's cool.
anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the next
sure.
topic?
So, next topic that we have for today is AirTag helps Australian photographer recover over $7,000 worth of stolen gear. Goddamn, bruh.
It's pretty insane. So yes, our AirTags can be used to creepily stalk people, but it can even be used in instances where somebody steals your gear. That's happened to me, and I wish AirTags existed back then because they would have saved me a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And also, they would have saved me from losing faith from a brand because I'd been just sent a product from Nomad, which was
Ooh,
sick. I'd been trying to get them to send me something to review for ages. They finally sent me one of their wireless chargers, and then I went to Rome. The bag got stolen, which had that inside it, and yeah, I never heard from Nomad again. I told them what happened, and they never responded.
what?
Sad story. So yeah, so that would not have happened if I had an
Come
AirTag. But
on.
anyway, I think this is really cool. So basically, this guy he had this $7,000 worth of gear that was taken from his car in a parking lot of his hotel, which is terrible, by the way. I don't wish that on anyone.
Oh yeah, no.
Um, but yeah, so it was stolen, and fortunately, he had a laptop bag and a camera, both which had an AirTag fitted in them, which is awesome. Um, the only problem with now this is I don't know if you would agree with this, but this is where there's something that I don't like about AirTags, and that's the fact that now they've added like you receive a notification whenever you have an AirTag following you. So like if a thief steals your bag, that's not your fault. You're not trying to stalk them, right? Well, technically you are stalking them, but you're stalking them because they stole something that's your property. But now
Yeah.
you can't exactly do that because they'll be like, "Oh, there's an AirTag nearby. Oh no, I'd better go find it and take it out." So it'll be cool. I think there's a couple of companies that make like bags that have like a slot for AirTags that's hidden inside. I think that's the best
Hmm.
thing to do, just like hide it. But then there's like people that could just literally just ditch the bag and then just take the products and run off.
True. True.
So I mean, I wish like this feature with that like tells you, oh yeah, there's an AirTag following you. I don't know how they would regulate it, but I wish it just didn't do that, to be honest. Just teach people not to stalk people. There you go.
Yeah, we
And then
live
just
in a
have people and
sad,
then and then
sad
have
world nowadays, and
yeah. So now
uh,
if somebody steals your gear with an AirTag, there's not really much of a point at that point.
people people take
So
advantage
you
of
have to be
technology.
quick.
It's sad.
You have to be
Yeah.
quick though. Like if
True.
somebody steals your $7,000 worth of camera gear, you better be looking for that stuff quick because like those
Dude.
thieves will find out within 24 hours that there's an AirTag attached to it. They're gonna get rid of the AirTag and your stuff's done for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless unless we start getting things like cameras and bags that have the built-in AirTag inside,
Yeah.
just like Apple devices do now. Like you lose your iPhone or somebody steals your iPhone, you could track it even if it's turned off, just because like there's a chip inside that does that. So
Hmm.
that'd be cool. In an ideal world, in my ideal world, everything has AirDrop and everything has a built-in AirTag, even
Yeah.
cameras and cars for whatever reason.
No, I agree. I agree. I think that everything needs a special way of tracking without having to buy something separate. I
Yeah,
think that would be very cool.
and they should
Um,
not be used
and
maliciously.
yeah, that part, unfortunately, I don't think
That's
that
where
will.
I think no matter how many restrictions Apple adds or how much they regulate it, I think people are still going to find a way around the system and they're going to abuse
Yeah,
the system because
yeah.
that's what people do with anything. So moving on, unless you have any other thoughts about AirTags and stuff.
No, no, no.
So Samsung, let's talk about a big fat L that they have taken recently. So Samsung announced the Galaxy
Bruh.
S22 range in February of this year. So that's like 5 months after the launch of Apple's iPhone 13 lineup and just 2 months after the launch, the S22 lineup as a whole lost 46.8% of its value.
Wow. Wow.
And then the Google Pixel 6 did not fare much better, losing 41.5% of its value after 2 months after launch. In both cases, is considerable depreciation compared to the iPhone 13 models, which lost just 16.8% of their value 2 months after launch. The Galaxy S22 is the only smartphone lineup to continually lose value, experiencing no recovery after launch, unlike the iPhone and Pixel. So it's kind of sad for Samsung, but kind of like funny thing. If you buy an iPhone, it will depreciate a lot slower. But that's crazy though. Like,
Yeah.
it's only been out 2 months or 3 months now almost, and it's already lost almost half of its value.
That's just because of the
That's just
Samsung Nights. Go ahead.
That's just insane. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if it's just because of the Samsung Nights, but I think it's also because it's just like an Android phone. And also you have to consider that Samsung has a lot of different phones that they sell in different
Oh,
price
yeah.
ranges, which
Yeah.
hurts the other ones. Because like you've got iPhone, for example, you have 13 and 12 lineups that Apple is currently selling. There's a
Mhm.
price difference between the two. But there's less products there. Like with Samsung, you have the you have the S range, you have like the A range.
Mhm.
I don't know what other ones they have off the top of my head. They used to have the Note range, but they don't have that anymore. But yeah, they have a bunch of different like phones that they sell, and
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what's killing it, as well as the fact that it's Android, and Android just is the same everywhere, apart from of
Yeah.
course the skin. So, but it's interesting. Almost half of its value is gone within 2 months. That's just
It's damn.
It's not good. If you're buying a Samsung phone or any Android phone, please consider the fact that if you want to sell it 6 months later or 2 months later, it's going to lose like half of its value compared to the iPhone, which is going to maintain its value very, very well, even for 1 or 2 years. Like you can buy, I think
Oh, yeah.
the iPhone 11 has only lost like a couple of $100 off its original value.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like I think I could buy an iPhone 11 for around 300 pounds, and Apple is selling it right now for 400. I think they sold it for 700 originally. So yes, like over the time, Apple lowers the prices of things. But I think also another reason why Galaxies are losing this much value is because there's so many like carriers and like stores that sell these things. They like give them stupid discounts.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
Samsung themselves discounts these products. Like, I feel bad for people who have bought an S22 now and are trying to sell it. It's
Yeah.
not good. It's not a good look. What are your thoughts? I think I just
No,
rambled on.
you said it all, bro. You said it all.
It's sad, but
It,
I mean, I'm not very sad because that means you should buy an iPhone. For
yeah,
those who say
I
that the Samsung phones are superior, why don't they maintain their value as well as iPhones then?
true, true.
If they are superior, maybe there's just not enough demand for them. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, and
Anywho,
a lot of people, will switch to something else. We've seen that like a lot of Android people, and I'm just not talking about Samsung, but Android in general. They'll switch to an
like even the
iPhone
Pixel.
or
Like even the
Pixel,
Pixel
whatever.
lost 41% of its value.
Yeah, it's sad, but at least people are realizing what's good and what's not. I'm just,
So
I had
something else that maintains its value quite well, and of course we're talking about this a little bit later, is drones as well. At least DJI drones. Like
yep.
they're for example, the DJI Mini 2, which is the latest one before the one that they released today. Like that one here in the UK is like 550 brand new, and like the cheapest I could find it used is like 450 or 500.
Wow.
That's what
Wow.
I think with the Fly More combo. So that's got like the extra batteries and everything. So like
Right.
that
Right.
is drones depreciate very slowly compared, which I thought was crazy because like I'm used to like looking at smartphones and smartwatches and seeing how quickly they depreciate, but like there's other products that don't, or even cars. Like you buy a
Yeah.
car, you drive it out of the dealership, and you've already lost 3 or 4 thousand grand,
Right.
thousand grand
Right.
for dollars just by like sitting in the car and driving it.
Hmm.
So it's crazy. But anyway, moving on.
Do you want to do the next one?
Sure. So apparently Google I/O is tomorrow. I was not made aware of this until like like Taylor reminded me today. He's like, "Oh, by the way,
Hey,
Google I/O is
hey,
tomorrow," and I was like, "Oh,
Connor
I
didn't
don't
either. He,
care. I
Connor
don't care
didn't
about
either.
Google I/O." Yeah, I mean, all the Google I/Os I've seen are kind of like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
New version of Android. What
I was.
features are there? Dark mode. That's it. Oh wow, amazing.
Yay.
Wow. Slight tweaks to the
Yay.
UI. New weird name. We're calling this Android uh, f- fruit salad. I don't know. Android
I
Bakewell
mean,
tart.
honestly
Android
speaking,
carrot cake.
I mean,
Android
honestly
Haribo.
speaking,
Anyway, sorry.
honestly speaking, I wouldn't put it past them. I'm just saying, but um, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts, hopes, dreams?
I mean, there's some like a couple of things that I'm kind of excited to see. Of course, I want to see what changes come to Android, even though I'm never like
Yeah,
every time I hear changes for Android, my bar is set like way, way below just because like every
yeah,
Android up, it's
yeah.
not like an iOS update where like, yes, of course, we've had a couple of iOS updates that brought barely anything, but like at least they
And,
bring one or two really cool game changing features that you didn't have before that you're like, oh, I really want to install the betas now. But then Android,
right.
it's not, you don't have that same level of hype. I think it's because Android is so feature packed that it's hard to think of other features to add. And then when they
Hmm.
do add other
Hmm.
features, then Apple's like, oh, yeah, let's go do it as well. Or people are like, oh, look, Android, my Android phone can do this. Can your iPhone do this? It's like, no, I don't, and I don't care.
Dude,
And then when it
yeah.
comes, they're like, oh, yeah, I care. This is amazing. But yeah, so I'm excited to see mostly, I think, the Pixel 6a and the Pixel Watch. Those
Yeah,
are the
yeah.
two major things that may be teased at least. At least the Pixel Watch is going to be teased. I think the Pixel 6a might be apparently it's a little bit different from the previous ones. But yeah, so it's going to feature like it's going to have new features. It's basically going to be like a Google Pixel 6 but like slightly downgraded kind of thing. We've already seen these all the time. They've already filed FCC filings. So this product is pretty much almost ready to send to market, I guess. So I'm excited to see how that one goes. There may also be some Pixel Buds Pro, so that's going to be interesting with noise cancellation.
Interesting.
I really want to see how those will hold up against the iPhone. No, not the iPhone, the AirPods.
Yep,
And then
yep.
there may also be a new Nest Hub smart speaker. So we'll see. And a
I
bunch of
gotta
other
say,
software
like,
stuff. Maybe we're gonna get a new messaging app as well.
huh?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just saying maybe because like they keep coming up with
You
new
just threw
messaging
me
apps,
off.
but they all fail. They
I was
keep
gonna
coming out with
say
new
you.
messaging apps and they all constantly fail. Like we've got Google Allo, Google Meet, or whatever it's called.
Oh God.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
There's been like 5 different, or maybe no, maybe not Google Meet, but there's been like 5 different Google messaging apps that have existed
Mhm.
over the years, and they keep like scrapping the idea, and then the next year they come up with something new. Here's Google Allo. No, never mind. Let's shut it down. Here's Google Messages. This is the last. Will this be the last messaging app? I mean, Google Messages is pretty
Probably not.
bad. So I don't think they need to really. I think they just need to make improvements on Google Messages instead of like
Yeah.
spending more money into developing a whole new app
Since
to try to
since
compete with
I'm
iMessage.
since I am Mr. Smartwatch and my channel is about smartwatches, I'm curious to know what are your thoughts on the Google Watch as far as the software, hardware?
I mean, being someone who this I'm talking from experience here, I own and I used for an extensive period of time an Android Wear smartwatch or
Hmm.
Wear OS, whatever it's called. Um, to be honest, I hope Google kind of like does some different things with it, because yes, it's great, but like for example, the App Store, the Google Play Store is like very, very saturated. Like there's so many different apps
Yeah.
for especially watch faces. This is why I think Apple doesn't have like a watch face or like different apps that you can download for watch faces. It's simply
Hmm.
because it will just become overpopulated. Everybody and their dog is going to be making a watch face app, and like we do not need that. Um, so I mean, I hope if Google does do, like, I hope they do some different stuff with the software, but I'm honestly optimistic to see what Google has to bring to the table, because as of right now,
Yeah, me
really
too.
the only good competitors against Apple's Apple Watch are like Samsung and Garmin pretty much. A
Yeah.
TicWatch is pretty good as well. I've got a TicWatch. Those are pretty decent. But there aren't really many like good Apple Watch alternatives for the other side as of right now. So I think it'll be cool to see. And also with the interchangeable watch bands, or at least from the patents,
Yeah.
not the patents, but like the images we've seen, it's gonna work similar to the Apple Watch. So I'm pretty hyped about that, because that's one
That
of the biggest things I hate about Android watches is just how hard it
yeah.
is to remove and add. And you've got one. Well, you don't have an Android watch, but you have a similar watch, and it basically has
Mhm.
the same kind of band thing that these other watches have. So it'll be
Yeah.
cool to see kind of like a Googleized version of the Apple Watch.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, I honestly like. I still think that the design is kind of weird, just because of like um how it's kind of like,
It's
how do I
so
put it?
round.
Like, yeah, really round, really round. I kind of like that though. I kind of like that, but that crown, like that big crown on the side, is
It
just
stands
weird to
out.
me. Yeah, it
It kind of
stands
looks
out.
it kind of reminds me like one of those old fashioned stopwatches, except it
Yeah.
doesn't have the other two like buttons on the sides.
That is so that is so true. That is so true. So I mean, it's gonna be cool to see, I guess. Um, Another thing, design wise, is it me, or is it just too chunky? Like it's just too. Ugh.
Eh,
If it's anything,
I I
like,
think I think it'll look a bit different in person for sure. Like as of right now, we're kind of like it looks a bit, but yeah, it kind of like the shape. It kind of feels like a pebble in a way,
mm-hmm,
kind
mm-hmm.
of like a very not pebble as in the smartwatch pebble. I don't even know if they exist anymore, but kind of like the way it's shaped and stuff. It kind of seems like a really nicely shaped pebble.
Yeah,
You could just
yeah.
skim through the through a river, not a river, but like a lake or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just go
Exactly.
skip stones and you accidentally skip your watch. Whoops!
Dude,
Wrong one.
I don't know if you're looking at the picture here in the article, but I'm looking at this picture, and this kind of like describes the Pixel Watch completely. It's kind of like an Apple Watch and a Samsung Watch in one. Like
Yeah,
I
it's kind of
love
like
what they did here.
it's kind of like Apple and Samsung had a child and that this is and they named it Pixel.
Exactly, exactly. Um, but I don't know. Um, as far as like DOS, like I really hope they get everything down pat, and like this isn't just
Yeah.
some, you know, slow working watch, like, I don't know.
Now
But
Google Tensor. No, I don't know. I wonder what chip they're gonna use in this. If they're gonna, I don't think they're gonna use the Tensor,
yeah.
maybe because, but they might make like their own kind of smartwatch chip. I hope they don't use like a Snapdragon or whatever. I don't even know
Right.
what. I think Samsung uses Exynos processors in their watches,
Mhm.
but I'm not sure.
Mhm. By the way, we
Yeah.
should definitely watch it tomorrow. I know we said we were gonna watch the DJI thing today, and
Yeah.
it never happened.
We'll see. We'll see because it's
But
my mom's birthday tomorrow, so I don't know if how free I'll be or if I'll even be
oh,
able
okay.
to watch the thing.
I'll just text you everything that you need to know.
Sounds
Because
good.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll definitely be watching it. So
Yeah,
But
if I watch it, it'll probably end up being like the Pixel event where I just watch. I mean, even though back then I was sick when the Pixel event was on, but um, but yeah, I'll probably just end up watching 10 minutes of it, get bored, and turn it off. I
yeah,
mean,
I
hopefully,
think I
actually,
remember.
sometimes they do. Like I remember I think one of the last Google I/Os I've watched, which was a couple years ago. I think they had like I think it was when they announced Super Chat for YouTube or something like that.
Mhm.
So they may also announce some stuff for YouTube here at Google I/O.
True, true.
That might be cool. Introducing Spam Bot Killer or whatever. I don't know. Terminator. Spam Bot Terminator. And it's just like a
Now
robot that
that
just goes and
now
destroys all the bots.
I didn't think about that, to be honest. I didn't think about that, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
I just
that's
thought
it.
about that now. I just remembered. But anyway,
uh,
what are your hopes and dreams for Google I/O apart from the smartwatch that we're getting?
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe more on their home security systems, stuff like that, but really not much. Uh, I was kind of excited for their phone last year, so I think that that'll be interesting to see what they do this year with the what is it, Pixel 6a that you said?
Yeah,
Um, and and
I think
further,
that I think the
go ahead.
Pixel 6a is probably one of the products that I will actually buy. But we'll
Ooh,
see. I mean, are you
ooh.
aren't you thinking of maybe picking one up at some point?
I was, but I don't know. Now I've rebranded my
Oh yeah,
channel, and
that's a good point.
now,
I
yeah,
mean, but maybe the smartwatch would make sense though
yeah,
if it
yeah.
works with iOS. That's gonna be another interesting thing to see. Will it work with iOS? I think it might,
Ooh,
just because
yeah.
it's a Wear OS watch and you get the Wear OS app on iPhone, so I think it should work, but maybe it won't. And it definitely won't work as well as it does on Android, but still.
You got a good point there. You got a good point there. I should look into that if it does. Um, but yeah. Do you want to go
So
on the
yeah,
next thing?
yeah. So I guess I'll take the next topic because I guess I'm a bit more well versed in this kind of topic than you are. At least
Yeah.
I think.
No,
So the
yeah.
next
You
one
are.
is Instagram is investing in NFT support with digital collectibles feature available now for select creators. So basically now creators on Instagram can open an NFT marketplace on their profile, which is pretty cool. And this is so this is being slowly rolled out. And it allows you to, I think, buy their NFT um through Instagram. So that's pretty cool. Um, it currently supports Ethereum and Polygon, which kind of sucks. I wish it had more cryptocurrencies on there like Solana, but anyway. And it also has some wallet support for like Rainbow, MetaMask, and Trust, which are kind of like three big ones. And that's about it. So I guess for those who are interested in NFTs, this is a big step for the world as they're moving
Yeah.
on to more,
I feel like NFTs
making
are
it
like
more, huh?
I don't know much about NFTs, but I definitely see like it's been expanding a lot lately.
Yeah, it is. And I think this is definitely going to give them a bit of a boost because now
Oh yeah.
everybody has Instagram. So now that you can like trade NFTs on Instagram, that's pretty cool. That's another
Yeah.
reason why I'm going to use Instagram for more than I thought I would. But yeah, which is also kind of scary because now Mark Zuckerberg knows what NFTs you own. But
True.
anyway,
True.
moving on. Do you want to talk about the last, or do you want to introduce the last topic and then we can, I
Sure.
guess, wrap up?
So DJI Mini Pro 3 or 3 Pro, is that right?
Yeah,
Um,
3.
that's released, and I like it. I saw iJustine's video, and honestly, like I texted my friend in California, and I'm like, bro, you getting this? And it's just like, no, but you definitely should. You have a better channel than I do, and I'm just like, bruh, I don't know, but
I don't
and
exactly know
like
how you would implement smartwatches with drones, but I mean, there's always a way.
true.
There's always a way.
But I mean, I could use the drone to like get different shots of the smartwatches. So there's the thing.
Yeah, just
But
do it outside, and you just sit down, and then you're like flying it near the table, and it's like, "Woo." I mean,
yeah,
it's you could even use like the gimbal is so good on these drones that you can literally just use it as a camera, like with the gimbal built in. There's
true.
some people that
Yeah.
I saw some guy actually a couple of years ago. Some guy built up like a camera rig, and in the middle of the camera rig was a drone.
What the
And
heck?
like the thing didn't he didn't use the drone to fly. He like folded it up and everything, and he was just using it
Mm,
as kind of like an actual camera, like a steady camera. It was weird,
wow.
but yeah, you can do
Wow.
that if you want to. So,
Interesting.
but I mean, it would be much cheaper to just buy a camera and then also buy a gimbal, especially if we're talking about this drone, which this is pretty expensive for like the
Yeah.
average
Yeah.
user. But
That was another thing. It's like, bro, I feel like these things are just getting way too expensive.
yeah,
But
I mean,
I,
I think that's with everything really at this point.
oh yeah, for
Inflation.
sure. But I definitely think that like the design is pretty cool. Um, Image quality is like beyond amazing,
It
beyond
is
amazing.
insane. Like, I think we talked about it on the show a couple weeks ago. I tried my
Hmm.
uncle's DJI Mavic Mini, which is like
Yep.
2 generations older than this. It was released, I think, 2019. And like that could only shoot up to 2.7K, which is pretty decent. But like the image quality wasn't as good as I expected. I thought it was going to be better. And of course, with like some color grading and stuff, I was able to tweak it and make it look a little bit better. But now we've got basically a drone that's the same weight, that's I think even
Mhm.
smaller, like footprint wise, than the Mavic Mini. Than the Mavic Mini. But this one shoots in 4K at 60 frames a second. It's got a 48 megapixel sensor. It can shoot like raw HDR footage. It has obstacle avoidance sensors on the front. I think the bottom and the back. I think it has 3 or maybe 2. So like this is literally the best drone for beginners, and I really want to get one of these because like it's just yeah, it's just amazing. But
Yeah.
um
Look, dude.
like the camera quality is amazing. It even comes with a new remote if you spend more money, and you get the new remote which has a built-in screen, which looks sick. Honestly, like I've watched the few videos I've watched about this drone is like I'm one step closer to actually wanting to get one just because this thing looks so good. And because it's so light, because it's under 249 grams, this means you can fly it almost anywhere in the world without a license, which is amazing. Because
Yeah.
like here in the UK, I don't know if it's the same in the state you live in Massachusetts, right?
Hmm.
Um, but like I know there's some US states where there's not really that many drone laws, but like here in the UK, if a drone weighs over 249 grams, you have to register the drone. I think you even need to register it if it's under 249 grams, actually, but that's like really cheap. You have to register the drone, and you also have to go through basically like you need to get a license for it, which isn't
Yeah.
as elaborate
Yeah.
as getting a driver's license or a pilot's license or whatever, but it's still like you need to study, you need to like meet up with someone or go to a test center or something, fly the drone and things like that, which I'm and then you have to renew the license I think every now and then. So that's just
Right.
a whole hassle. But like this thing is so small, so compact, you can just throw it in your bag. It even fits in your pocket. I was watching Peter McKinnon's video, and he literally fit it in his shoe. Like that's how
What the
small this
heck?
thing is. That's how small this thing is. And like
Oh,
it
dude.
flies for so long as well, like 34 minutes of battery per battery. And then you can get the flight battery plus, which gives you 47 minutes of battery, but then that'll
Oh.
increase the weight. So you have to basically like get a license if you want to fly with more battery. But still,
Mm.
like if you get the fly more combo with this, which has an extra 2 batteries, you essentially
Right.
have
Right.
like an hour and 40 minutes or an hour and 45 minutes roundabout of flight time. And that's
Wow.
like I flew my uncle's drone at the beach for like an hour and a half, and I was already getting bored by like battery 3. So I was like, Actually, I think in the end I only used 2 batteries because my uncle used the first one. But like, yeah, you get bored after a while, like in the same location. And this
For
even has
sure.
like USB-C. It's literally like my dream drone. Yes, it's
Dude.
expensive. Like if you could spec it up to like over $1,000, which is insane. I think 12, almost 1,200. But I think it starts at, you could get it without the
Yeah.
remote for some reason. That's the cheapest one. So that's like 759
Yeah.
for the one
I think
without the remote. I don't know why you would buy one without a remote, unless you have like the DJI Mini 2 and you just want to get an upgrade. Then that makes
I think
sense.
I think it was I just seen her video. She was unboxing it and she was just like, "Wait, this thing comes with a remote? Like what?" I was there ones that don't come with a
Yeah,
remote?
so there's the main, like the base model, which starts at 759. It doesn't come with a controller at all.
Oh,
And then
okay.
you've got
Okay.
one that's actually no, that one starts at 669. And then you've got 759, which has the remote or the controller, but you need to use your phone as the viewfinder. And then you can spend $909 dollars to get the one with the display built in, which basically essentially is an Android phone built into the controller. So, I mean, that is probably the best option you can get because like you don't have to use your phone and stuff. But I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can always, I think the controller even charges your phone if I'm not wrong. So like even if you
Yep.
have like I have this iPhone 7 here, the battery life is absolutely atrocious, like 50% battery health or something crazy like that. So like if I were to get it, I'd probably use this as the viewfinder or whatever, just so I can use my phone to record clips and stuff where I don't receive phone calls kind of thing. So yeah,
Mm,
honestly, this is super good drone. Oh
dude.
yeah, also another really cool thing. This is so good, especially for those who um want to do like vertical shooting, like you want to record videos with your drone for TikTok and Instagram Reels and Shorts. The
Yep.
camera, the gimbal can turn either horizontally or vertically, which is
Wow.
sick, honestly.
That's
Um,
awesome. That's awesome.
yeah. You got slow-mo as well, up to 120 frames a second in 1080p, 4K 60, 4K 30 HDR video. Wow, like yeah, and then you got forward, backwards, and downward obstacle avoidance.
Wow.
It's just amazing. Oh yeah, also, and to add to all of this, it also has like active track or point of interest. I can't remember which what like there's a feature where you like select, you can like make the drone follow a person or an object or a car. Like I saw in the commercial they'd made, like the drone was following the car, basically. So
Oh wow.
it's amazing.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I man, I don't know, like the I just seen this video gave me like a thing for drones, so I might pick one up one day.
Yeah.
Especially when I go to Portugal, that would be sick. That would be sick. But all right,
Yeah, it's great.
and these things.
Do you have anything else you would like to talk about before we wrap up here?
Nope. That's a bit on it, man. How about you?
No, I think that's all. That's all from me. Um,
All
if you
right.
guys wanna like check out any of the stuff we talked about, links will be down in the show notes below, or the description wherever you are listening or watching this from. Um, and if you want to follow us, you could do so. Links in show notes and description as well. Taylor, any last words?
No, just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Benji, for hosting another Tech Unlocked podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys, or you'll hear from us in the next one.
This is episode 31, by the way. We're getting closer to the
Damn, we're getting close to 40.
40. Yeah, 40. And then 50.
And then 60. And then 100.
And then 100. Whoa.
Okay.
And then we'll get to 1,000 next week.
Dude, once we reach 100, we need to do something special. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. We need to have like MKBHD or something on.
Yeah. that would be sick. That would be sick.
Or Justine. But anyway, thanks guys for watching or listening.
We'll see you guys in the next one.